In this video module, we'll take you through the process of submitting your ECE return to the Ministry. The dates that you need to do this is between the 1st and the 9th of July. Before you submit your ECE return, you must ensure that all child and staff daily timesheets have all been updated to reflect actual attendances of children and activities worked by staff. For home-based providers, staff timesheets may be required for your coordinators for the week of the census. To submit your ECE return, come to the Reports link in the menu bar, come down to MOE Reports and select ECE Return. Each of the screens has important information which you need to read as you navigate through them. The date will automatically populate to the Monday of the ECE return. So click Continue. Here is where you're entering in the waiting time that a child may be waiting to start at your service. So select the period of time from the drop-down boxes. This is specific to your service. Once you've selected the waiting times for all age bands, click Continue. Here is where you're entering in the languages used in your service. Select the language and the percentage of time that it's used. You can select up to 5 languages. All of these values must add up to 100%. Now, as you can see too, you've got the option to go back if you want to change data you've already populated, and you can click Continue. This information is saved so that if you need to leave and come back to this task, the data that you've populated will automatically be saved. Now here is where you're entering information about the staff. All of these staff, you need to take some actions for, whether to include them in or to exclude them from the return. You've also got the option of, if you use the Central Pool function, adding staff to the list by clicking on Central Pool. Starting at the top, what we're doing here is selecting the staff member's role at your service, ticking all that apply, and click Continue. Here is where you select the highest qualification that that staff member holds, selecting from the options below. And then within their role within your service, if they hold a practicing certificate, if they are paid, if they are permanently appointed, and if it's a full-time role. Along the top here, you can see the child's actual attendance hours at the service across each day. What you need to do is ensure that staff members are not in contact when children aren't in the service. These contact times are taken directly from your staff timesheet. Here is an example where a staff member is recorded as being in contact until 6 o'clock in the evening, whereas the last child left at 5:30. So you can update the contact times here. Once you've reviewed the contact times and child's attendance, scroll down and here is where you enter in the total number of hours they worked at your service that particular week. And here is where you're entering in the staff member's age band. Click Continue. Here is an example of a staff member that has a support staff role. So we're selecting support staff, clicking Continue. Whether or not the person is paid, whether they are permanently appointed, and if it's a full-time role. Once again, entering in the total number of hours that they worked at your service for the return week, and click Continue. If a staff member is not to be included in the return, for example, a reliever that did not work for that ECE return week, all you need to do is click on their name. You don't select any of these options here, and click Continue, and now you can see that that staff member is not included in the return. Carry on through the rest of the staff. Once you've completed entering all of the data for the staff, click Continue. Review the message here, and if you believe that you need to correct your data, you can click back or click Yes to continue. Now what you can do is click Print for a hard copy of the ECE return that you've submitted and then send it to your printer. Click on your back arrow and now click Finish. You can see that you've submitted your ECE return by coming to Utilities and File Download. And what we're looking for is the ECE return for June 2020.